chasing shadows, fighting battles. I've been on my own for a while, let them say I'm doing better.
What's up guys, my name is Shay. Today we're going to be doing a glute and hamstring workout. Come along with me. So one thing that I really neglected probably my whole bodybuilder and lifting life was warming up, especially for my leg workouts. I don't know why I just always did, but I've been working with a new personal trainer lately and I've been doing pre-exhausting stuff a little bit before I got to my workout, and it helps so much. So the first thing I'm going to do is put this band on my ankles. Crazy, you see a lot of people put it on your knees, but putting it on your ankles, for whatever reason, it really engages the side of my glute. And so I'm just basically gonna walk a little bit right, and I'm gonna do probably 20 walks that way, 20 walks this way, but you want to try to keep your knees bent and pushing your knees out the whole time so you can really engage your glutes, and then just never get tension off of the band. So pretty much we're gonna do this, not letting the knees go in. That is my third time doing these this week. I do legs 3 days a week right now because our main focus in this off season is to grow my lower body, and so my legs are so tired right now. So doing those low-key burned way more than they should have. But the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm just jump up on this little platform thing and do some frog pumps, probably 20 to 30, and then I'll just do this for 2 sets of my warm-up.
It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run.
So we are going to start on the hip thrust. One of the things that you'll notice about my glute workouts, just my workouts in general, is I'm really big on time under tension. I have found for me that just throwing around weight, I could load this up 5 pounds on either side, but I'm going to wake up tomorrow, I'm not even feel sore. My quads are going to hurt more than my glutes. I'm just really big on different types of protocols within sets and things like that to keep my glutes actually firing and getting more mind-muscle connection. So the first step that we're gonna do is we are going to be holding for the number of seconds per rep that we're on. So rep 1, we're gonna go up, we're gonna hold for 1 second. Rep 2, we're gonna go up and hold for 2 seconds at the top. Rep 3 will be 3 seconds, and then we're gonna go all the way to 10 to 12. This is heavier for me than I normally do. Normally I do a 45 to 25. But that's been feeling pretty easy, so I'm gonna challenge myself. We're gonna go 2 45s, see if we can do it, and then the next protocol, the next set will be a little bit different, but that's what we're gonna do. Honestly, I love this set. My personal trainer taught me this type of set, and it's really helped me gain mind-muscle connection with my glutes. That hold at the top, is killing, absolutely killing. Fun fact, I cannot drink pre-workout altogether. So I literally drink it when I work out, so I do a half a scoop in here. By the way, these water bottles, they're Full Treks or something like that. Gas. You hit this little thing and it just shakes it all up. So good. So I drink my pre-workout during my workout, which seems a little counterintuitive, but different strokes for different folks, I guess. So next set is we're gonna do 5 by 5 by 5. So I added a 25 extra on either side for a little bit more load. So basically we're gonna start at the top and we're gonna go 5 seconds. We're gonna take 5 seconds to get all the way down to the lowest point of the hip thrust. And then we're gonna take 5 seconds to get up. And then we're gonna hold for 5 seconds at the top. That's rep 1. These get really tough really fast. So honestly, normally I just take these to failure. And I do try to load these a little bit more because the whole idea here is to keep control of it. So sometimes when you put heavy weight on a machine, you just start repping it out, you know, but knowing that the set is like 5 down, 5 up, hold for 5, I know I'll be in control of the weight the whole time. So we're gonna go until I literally, my legs start shaking. All right, last set. We're gonna do 3 plates on either side. Normally I can get these for around like 5 to 8. I'm pretty tired, so we'll see if I can get that. I'm gonna get that. And then I'm gonna rack it, and then we're just gonna drop a 45 off on either side, and probably kind of go some burnout. Last set there, I think I got 5 or 6 with the 3 plates on either side, stripped it, and then honestly I didn't even count when I had the 2 45s on either side. I just go until I like literally fail, and then I like try to yank one up and re-rack it. So I don't know, probably like 8 to 10. But like the whole point there for me is like doing like those 3 plates. I can do like 5 to 8, right? But like that's not a lot of time under tension. So like the only way that I feel like I can get stronger is if I do that 5 to 8 at that like heavy set for me, and then I strip it off, and then I do as many as I can. But number one, like I said, keep the time under tension, keep the blood flowing for longer periods of time. But also, like, that has helped me gotten so much stronger. Like, I would say, probably like a year ago, I could not even do like a 45 on either side for like 10 to 12. And so by like structuring my lifts this way, I've gotten so much stronger, because I'm not just like going for that max every single time. Like, I'm training that max, and that max is becoming my new 10 to 12 like every single time I do it. So now we're over at abductions. This is probably one of my favorite exercises, but so many people, I feel like, don't fully get the most out of this exercise, because they just like pump them out, but like the real growth is happening on the most out point of the exercise, and that's when you gotta really squeeze your glutes and feel them and hold out there to like show that you have that control and pause for that control. Just going in and out, like, that's not doing anything. It's gonna get into your hips, gonna get down the sides of your legs. But if you're going out and you're getting that max contraction and holding there, not for a long time, but even just like for a second or two, you're gonna feel the connection in your glutes so much more. So we're gonna do a similar set like we did on hip thrust, where we're gonna do like 5 by 5 by 5. So we're gonna take 5 seconds to get out, we're gonna hold 5 seconds, 5 seconds to get back in, and we are gonna do that for 10 reps. That is so much harder than just like repping out 10 as fast as you can at heavy weight. Whew. Alright, so on that one, we're only doing 2 sets here, but we're basically doing like quarters. So you're gonna go all the way out, a little bit in, all the way out, halfway in, all the way out, 3/4 closed, all the way out, all the way in, all the way out, that's 1. So these are kind of a burnout a little bit too. One, because it's hard for me to keep track of, and I kind of just go until like I literally can hardly lift it. But I try to get around like 6 to 8 of them, but really tough. And again, like just going always back and keeping that tension on the glutes. Mind to muscle connection is elite. A lot of you guys watching this might be like, why is she doing these right now? Like, why wouldn't you do them at the end? Because most people do like an abduction, like an accessory at the end. I kind of talked about it earlier, but with this injury that I had, doing compound movements like a squat, a leg press, V-sit, Bulgarian split squats, things like that really hurt my leg. And because of that, it like affects the rest of my workout. So like if I can do all my accessory lifts first and like burn out, like really exhaust my glutes, going to failure on things like these, changing up the protocols to make it really hard. Once I get to that compound movement where it's like one more of like maybe my second to last or like my third to last exercise, I don't have a lot to do after, so I can give everything I have, but also I'm already exhausted going into it, so it's already going to be more difficult than doing it at the beginning of my workout. So it's a little bit backwards from what most people do, but when you kind of have injuries and stuff, you just got to work around them and find what's best for you. Don't make excuses, make adjustments. So we're going to do some RDLs now. Sadly, I forgot my straps, so we're going to do these sets a little bit different. I have really terrible grip strength, but we're just going to try to do about like 8 to 10. And then I'm gonna drop one of the weights and just do like half RDLs for another 10 just to get a little bit more exhaust, because I do like to go a little bit heavier on these so that I tend to have really good control. But without my straps, I can't go super heavy because like I said, my grip strength sucks.
I think I need a break. Don't care how long it takes. You know I hate the way you make me feel so dark. You really broke my heart. You open up my scars. I think I need a
Obviously, you have seen my dog with me the whole workout. She comes to work out with me every time. This is Echo. She's a Belgian Malinois. She's about 1.5 years old. So fun fact about Echo is we were actually looking to get a Belgian Malinois to be my service animal because I have a medical implant. And so she helps me with that. And so my husband was like, why don't we look into Malinois, X, Y, and Z? So we did. And we were going to go get a puppy in South Carolina. And right before we were going to do that, we went on Facebook and we saw like there was a Malinois that needed rescued, purebred Mal. Basically what happened is like, at least this is the story we were told, is that there was an owner, or like a breeder, that bred Mals in the working line at Malinois, and they got their house broken into. And the owner took her and her brother, put them in a shed, and then moved out of her house and left them in there. And I don't know, the police came, someone heard some noise or something, and they finally got them. I think they were like 8 weeks old, like almost gone. They saved her, and so she's actually from Mississippi, and so she came from being like literally almost gone, like not on this planet, to being like the most amazing dog ever. And so she is fully trained in my service stuff. She does protection training. She does all kinds of stuff. She's so awesome. I'm so proud of her. One thing too is like I started a coaching business where I just coach like women on training, your workout, or your training and your workouts, your eating, really like a true full lifestyle plan. And I named the business Echo Strength after Echo because I wanted something that would like represent kind of my story a little bit, like coming from a struggle with the injuries and stuff that I've had to like where I am now. But I didn't want to call it my name. I didn't want it to be like Shay Fit, or I didn't want to use something that was like disciplined or commit fit, like whatever, something like that. And so Echo just has such an inspiring story, and like coming from nothing to where she is now that's why I named that. So I want everyone to be Echo Strong, Echo Strength, and you'll be seeing her in all my workouts. She's a gem, right? Give mommy, I'm coming. Give mommy. Oh, such a gem. And she loves you guys too. This is kickbacks with deficit curtsy lunges. When I used to do like any kickback, like superset, I'd always like do one leg, do the other leg, and then go to my superset. But now what I do, kickbacks on my left leg, and then I go right into the curtsy lunges on my left leg, so I can like keep the emphasis and time under tension on the left glute only. I love a deficit lunge like on the curtsy side, because when I'm doing these kickbacks, I'm doing them where I'm really trying to focus on that upper part of my glute. And honestly, there's so many like science bros and people out there that are like, oh, you gotta do this to get the upper glute, gotta do that, gotta do this. You just gotta do where you feel it. Like however you feel it is how you gotta do it, so that's how I feel it. So I kind of like stand to the side a little bit, cross my feet, kick this leg back. I really try to focus on bringing like the top of my glute up to my back, really squeezing it, and then coming down, slowly releasing. And then once I go into that curtsy lunge, I'm keeping the focus on that area by sitting really low. And when I stand up and squeeze, I try to shift my hips this way and squeeze my glute to stand up, keep it lifted, and it really helps keep that upper part of the glute. So we're gonna do 3 sets of these. All right, so we're gonna be doing this machine next, but my legs are literally dead. Right now I'm training legs 3 days a week. Typically I'm doing like a glute and hamstring, another glute and hamstring with maybe a little bit of quads, and then just glutes. I was doing more quads, but we did take my quads out just because they were getting a little bit disproportionate to my hamstrings. So yeah, this is my 3rd leg day, literally dying. But the reason why we're doing 3 leg days is because when I got injured, which I keep referring to, which I should probably just explain to you guys one day, maybe in the next video, I basically like could not do legs for like 3 to 4 years. Like every once in a while I'd be able to hit them, but not enough at all. So I like really only did upper body. And so my upper body was so much further ahead of my lower body. And I compete in bikini. And so this season, so like I competed for my first time in 2023. And then I took off a little bit of time, struggled with some like mental stuff around like the body dysmorphia and like stuff like that. Went self-coached for a little bit, and then I hired my coach now, which I'm on a team called Team Reform. And my coach's name's Alex Toplin. And so I did an off season with him, and then we competed this year in we competed in 2025 twice. And then once that was over, now we're going into an off season. And so our goal was to like really grow my legs, because they were like, the size was okay, at least from like my front shot, or from the back, like no glutes. Like no glutes, no density. Like I had the density in my upper body, it's not my lower body. And so this off season, we're like, we are eating and we are freaking pounding legs 3 days a week, and we've been killing it. And we've seen so much progress, which is cool, because I'd honestly never thought I'd be able to like grow my legs like the way that they are growing right now. So like that's pretty cool to see, especially like after everything that happened. But they're growing, and we are gonna be prepping here pretty soon. I'm gonna compete in August of this year. So we're almost there. I would say probably like in the next 4 weeks or so, we might be starting prep. But normally, like last time we prepped, like my first 3 to 4 weeks of prep, I still had like my free meals in, and then we like took out and stuff. But we'll see. We'll keep you guys updated. But that's why we're doing 3 leg days and absolutely killing it. One thing that my personal trainer, his name's Gary, that he taught me that like I feel like seems like common knowledge, but when you're doing your exercises, you don't realize that you're doing it, is anytime that you're doing like a squatting pattern, leg press, even just like those banded walks like side to side. Think about pushing your knees out. You don't realize how many times you go to like squat down like this, and when you stand, you let your knees turn in a little bit, where you should be going here and pressing out to stand. That is gonna keep so much more emphasis on your glutes. Like when I do these, I also like these because I can lean back a little bit more, because like the leverage from the clip, like the handle, I can lean back, really sit in my heels and get the glutes. And then as I stand up, I press my knees out. Once I get really tired, it's hard for me to do that, but the more reps I can get in by pressing out, even just standing here, like standing here versus standing here, now I can feel my glute engaged. When I'm here, I don't really feel it as much. I'm here, I can feel it more. So anytime you're doing some type of squatting pattern or something like that, really try to just be thinking, that mind to muscle connection, pressing the knees out as you're standing to keep the emphasis on your glutes. So we just finished up our last thing, kind of just like a finisher. I honestly don't know what they're called. You just like lay on your side and you're like working that glute that you're laying on and just focusing on pressing through your knee up, getting a maximum contraction at the top and coming back down. 2 sets of 15 to 20. I'm dead already, so those were like perfect little pump exercise to finish off. Thanks for joining me for this glute and hamstring workout. Hopefully you guys try it. If you do, comment below, let me know how you liked it. And if you want to train with me, be coached by me, nutrition plans, workouts, all of the things, a community of women, be sure to use the link in the description to sign up for a consultation call. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.